This is Michael Carano for Real Time with IPC. With me is Judy Warner, Director of Sales and Marketing for Transline Technology. Welcome to the IPC show, Judy.
Thank you.
Well, Judy, you've been in the industry now for 20 years, but it seems like your company is somewhat of a new company. Tell us why.
I've been hearing that a lot, especially at this year's Apex show. Transline's been in business for 20 years, and I've actually been in the industry for 20 years as well. But Transline really didn't have any sales or marketing force. Like a lot of smaller shops, they depended on word of mouth and didn't really believe in instituting a marketing plan. Had a few sales reps, but really didn't do it with intention. So a few years ago, I met them at the IMS show for RF and microwaves and realized that they had a really great product and were very marketable. They just needed someone to do it, so I took on that job.
Excellent. That's worked out well for you?
Yeah, it's worked out well. We actually are known now across the country, and particularly in the RF and microwave industry. So, yep, we're becoming less anonymous. However, at this show, when it's more suppliers to suppliers, they're just beginning to learn about us.
Okay. Well, tell us, you mentioned RF, but tell us about the overall product mix that Transline markets in.
Sure. Well, we manufacture, of course, just anything from a 2-layer to a 26-layer, standard FR4 boards, that kind of thing. But we have a specialty niche in the RF and microwave industry, and the way we developed that was we do a lot of work for the Skunk Works division of Lockheed in Palmdale.
Okay.
And these guys are sort of like DARPA. They're very high-end development, and everything development is in the RF and microwave. So we've become very adept at sort of I like to call them science experiments. So we've become very good at controlling the things that are really important to RF and microwave engineers. So that makes us really appealing to that segment.
Excellent. Now you mentioned the complexity level of the circuits that you produce. Some companies I talk to oftentimes deal with maybe 10 to 15 different materials on a fairly regular basis. What would you say how that fits in for Transline?
I would say we would love if we only dealt with 10 to 15 materials. We have a pretty full stock room. We stock almost every part number that Rogers carries, and Taconic and Arlon. So there's a very wide spectrum, and we don't keep a lot of everything, but we keep a little bit of everything because sometimes the lead times, specifically on RF materials, are long.
Okay.
And when we're doing prototypes and development products, of course, that can kill a project in a heartbeat. So we keep those things in stock. So.
Okay. Well, obviously Transline plays in a very high-end niche market. What are some of the critical certifications that Transline has earned over the years?
Well, of course, we have our ISO 9001 that we've had for some years now. And just this past year, we went ahead and pursued our AS 9100 Revision C certification, which was a nice feather in our cap because Revision C includes not only aerospace, but it also includes the space market.
Okay.
So that's something that we'll be looking at, again, because they have some of the same sort of thermal concerns, wireless applications that commercial RF and microwave engineers do. So we'll be doing the Space Tech show in Long Beach this year.
Okay.
To sort of start going on that market. What we like to say about the RF and microwave is that the boards aren't always complex, but they're always difficult. So
understand.
That's our story.
Can you speak to Transline's either niche or special capabilities that you may have in-house that you'd like the viewers to know?
Yeah, of course. Besides our typical FR4 boards and the RF and microwave, we also are capable of doing some special things. One of the things we're most proud of is that we can do fusion bonding. I don't know if you're familiar with fusion bonding. Fusion bonding is when you take 2 layers of Teflon or PTFE material. It can be the Rogers or Taconic, but it has to be that PTFE, and it's bond directly together with no pre-preg and no bond ply, nothing. It but that requires that you have to have a lamination press that goes upwards of 800 degrees.
800 degrees Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. So the typical lamination press, as you know, goes up to about 350. So we have a lamination press that gets very, very hot, and the lamination cycle is very long. It takes about 12 hours to complete it has the profile we heat up at a very specific, and then we cool down at a very specific, we have a specific recipe, and then those layers are bonded directly together, which gives you a homogeneous decay throughout the whole, because you're using all the same materials and there's no pre-preg or bond ply between. So the losses are very low and it's homogeneous decay, which makes it easier for the engineers to calculate the kind of performance they're going to get out of the board. And that appeals a lot to the defense market. The commercial folks don't like to pay the price for that technology a lot. So fusion bonding, we're one of maybe 5 board houses in the country that can do that. So that's a nice feather in our cap. We also do something called FEP bonding, and that is a very, very thin film, also low loss, that you put, it's a bond ply that you put between RF or microwave materials, and then it bonds the materials together. So not many people do that as well. And that FEP film is quite expensive, but you know, when you're requiring extremely low loss, FEP is the way to go. So those are a couple of our specialties. And the other thing that we have that's really unique is about a year and a half ago, we bought a company called High Electronics, which is a metal etching company. So we do chemical milling, photo etching type of things, which fell in line with, you know, our existing products in that it uses similar chemicals, which you know about, being a chemical guy. So we can make, when we make boards, it's easy for us to provide maybe a solder paste stencil or some RF shields that are going to go on the boards, or gaskets, or the applications are far-flung. So that's another unique thing that most board houses can't say that they do. So those are some of the things we're proud of.
Well, excellent. Well, being 20 years in business in this day and age is an accomplishment in itself. And congratulations to Transline. Where can we find out more about your company?
I'm glad you asked that, because about a week ago we launched a new website that I'm very proud of, because ours was very outdated. So certainly at www.translinetech.com. Translinetech.com. And also I'm very active on LinkedIn, and Transline has a company page on LinkedIn. So those would be good places to find out more information about Transline.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Judy. This is Michael Carano for Real Time with IPC with Judy Warner from Transline Technology.